Hi there, it's Vicky here from createfashionbrand.com and fashionserviceshongkong.com. This week I got an email from Chris in Singapore, and he asked what are the main steps in building a clothing line. Okay, Chris and everybody else. I should say at the beginning that there are some steps. If you're on my newsletter, you will know that I give out a free 66-page guide to starting your fashion brand. And that will talk about some steps that are involved, things that you need to do, like building your brand, your customer profiling, the research, moving on to manufacturing design and sales and marketing and so on and so on. But the important thing to remember is that it's not a linear process. You don't start here and then end up here and do like step 1, step 2, step 3 and so on. If you're kind of going along your process and something changes in the middle somewhere, you then have to go back and check all the stuff you've done before, because it could affect all the things you've done before. And if you've planned the stuff at the end, like the marketing, the branding, and so on, it could also affect the bits at the end. So there's no real linear kind of step-by-step part. You've constantly got to double check and triple check all the different parts that you're planning for and might have already done, depending on what happens throughout your process. So although a lot of people will teach, in a book or an online course, a recorded online course, a step-by-step process, what they're not really doing is telling you to keep checking all those things and then explaining to you how those changes make a difference to your marketing or your customer profile or anything else like that. You've got to also remember that the basic system for building a brand, at least that I've found over my last 20-something years, is that it doesn't matter whether you have a brand or a successful brand, the system underneath it is the same. So the process of developing it is essentially the same. You do this, then you do this, then you do this, constantly checking, of course, but you kind of go through this process. The thing that makes it successful, however, is very different. Your particular brand and somebody else's brand are two different things. So if you both follow the same system, what's going to make it work for you, opposed to this other person over here and another person over here, is how you tweak that information to work specifically for you and your product and your market. Now, generally, if you're not particularly experienced in building a fashion business, which is a little bit different from most other businesses, you need some guidance on that. And that's part of the reason why I do the boot camp every year. I'm not going to kind of sell it to you, don't worry. But it's part of the reason why I do it. It costs people a lot of money to have a one-on-one with me and my team to build their business for them. So the boot camp is a way that I can work with startups, work with people who are right at the beginning, usually have a very limited budget and can't afford kind of very specific services like that. And it allows them to kind of access that one-on-one time with me, the tweaking of the information, the showing you how when you change something here, you then have to relate it back to other stuff you've already done and stuff in the future. It gives you that personalization of building a brand. So that's why I generally recommend people come on it, because I do it live, I do it at the time, and I help people to physically build their brand as we work through the 3 weeks of seminars and content. But that's really the thing. I can give you the system that's on my website. You've got the book, which of course I will put in the details, don't worry, for everyone who wants it. There is your system there, but you have to take that information, really think about it, absorb it, and then work out how to tweak it to your specific market, your product, your customers, and your lifestyle. You might be working full-time or whatever. So you've really got to tweak it for you, and that's what makes the difference between it being a good brand and a really successful brand. If you have liked this video and you thought it been helpful, I would really, really appreciate you sharing and commenting and liking with other people so that Chris, you and everybody else can keep seeing my videos and asking me questions. And don't forget, you don't want to miss out on any more, so please follow my channel and follow my playlist, obviously 5 Minute Fashion Brand. And if you, like Chris, want to be able to email me directly or get the 66-page startup guide, there is a link below in the description box to get on my newsletter, and you will get that for free, completely for free, just for joining up. And if you've got a question that you want to ask me, you can leave a comment on any of my videos, or if you're on the newsletter, you can just hit reply to any of my emails and send me a question. And I will see you next week for another answer to another question.